importance of providing the best antioxidants. For those of you who want to know more about what Dr. Vivek say, before I forget, try to read Killing Cancer, Not People, written by the American Anti-Cancer Institute. Somewhere around there, they bring out this problem and this approach about millivolts, how it can benefit our body. And you can research on that as what Dr. Vivek says.
Michael, I
yes.
really want you to tell the people why this book is so important, because I categorically said that there are three parts. One is water, one is nutrition, the third one is the negative charge. This book actually talks about the Killing Cancer Not People, talks about the food, the actual building material what the body needs. And this book is written by someone who is not even related to KANGEN, but he is specifically actually written maybe around 17 pages, some number of pages, just about the importance of KANGEN water in the diet of cancer patient. So yes. I recommend this book very highly. Please go ahead and buy this.
Thank you very much, Doctor. You were talking about reverse osmosis water. According to some sources, the millivolts in this KANGEN water is plus 500. And you were talking about having minus millivolts to be able to heal our body.
Yes, this exactly is what your body needs. If you see if you talk to some doctors, they explain you what is free radical damage. It is just nothing but when the body start to lose a lot of electrons, when the cells start to lose a lot of electrons, they start to decay. And when the cell decays, the tissue decays. And when the tissue decays, the organ decays. And when the organ decays, the organism, our whole body start to decay. And it sounds very easy. It sounds so simple, but it is. You know, it is all about the charge. It is all about the voltage. It is all about the negative charge. I want to quote here something. You know, there's a study which says the cancer cell actually runs on plus 30 millivolts. And, you know, it is definitely malfunctioning. It does not function the way the cell is supposed to function. But you see, when the cell is healthy, it contains the charge, the negative charge of about between minus 70 to minus 90. And it usually operates on minus 25 millivolts. It is so important that if our healing world start to focus on this aspect, much suffering around the world can be taken care of.
Thank you for mentioning that, Doctor. Just to repeat, Doctor has something to share which is new to a lot of us. When you begin to drink water that is plus millivolts, 30, for example, cancer begin to occur. Yes. Not suddenly, but over a long process of time. And if I can repeat what you have mentioned earlier, Doctor, cancer cells begin to die with millivolts of minus 80. Would I be right on that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow,
there might be some disagreement, there might be some variation in this charge, but that's exactly what happened. The concept is correct.
Wow. So you are talking about repairing your cells, talking about detoxification, even before thinking about rejuvenation. A lot of us, when we drink KANGEN water, we want miracles. Immediately, it must help us, forgetting that we have to detoxify. So I'm sure many of your patients too, when they begin to take KANGEN water, they will have a urge to go to the toilet, which is part of the detoxification process. And later, once the detoxification is done, then there's talk about rejuvenation. Is that right, Doctor?
Yes.
Is that approach correct?
You are right, but you know, my approach is a little different, because I simultaneously help my patients to achieve these things together. Detoxification goes on, the rejuvenation goes on, the antioxidant level, everything goes on simultaneously, and the results are amazing. Everything is important. You cannot say that this is more important, that is less
Yes.
important. Everything is important.
Every part of the process is important.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you, doctor. I've got a specific question. Someone put this question onto the chat box. It says, for a person who's undergoing chemo, can they drink Kangen water?
See, I do not want to get into any answer which might create a compliance issue here. But what I've explained is cancer is an oxidative disease, okay? And chemo is an therapy which is again increasing the rate of oxidation in the body. That's why you see a lot of hair fall, you see a lot of rashes on the screen, on the skin of the patient. There's so many other things which happen because of this increased rate of oxidation. So when you make the person drink Kangen water, you are actually giving so many billions of electrons, which actually reduces this rate of oxidation, and it helps a lot.
Thank you. This is at least one part of consolation we hear. Although I agree with you, we should go into the technical and the medical part of it. At least for those who do chemo or don't do chemo, every one of us got to drink water. Just drink the right water as you advised. Do you have any advice for those people who got specific problems that they should have a Kangen machine?
See, it's an open choice. I already said this. You have a choice to focus on the 70% of your body to transform your health, or you focus on the 30%, which is again 100% dependent on the rest of the 70% to become healthy. So Kangen is one of the choice which actually change your life. It has changed mine and many of my patients, and I very highly recommend that the statement of the company is change your water, change your life, and it really does.
If it's not too personal, doctor, you said you have undergone a very serious stage of cancer at one time. Maybe you can amplify a little bit, from the layman point of view, how you benefited from this water. That
Okay,
gives you the pride and the, what do you call this, joy and belief in talking about Kangen water nowadays.
I would like to add something here, Michael, after your question. See, you said kind of a dangerous situation I've gone through. It was never dangerous for me. It was never serious for me. Because why? Because if you understand the problem, you can find the solution. So people, I get so many questions from people. People ask me, what's the cure of this particular condition? So I say that's not the right question. You should ask me, what is the root cause of this problem? So, because if you know the root cause, if you know the problem, if you understand the problem, you can find hundreds of solutions yourself. You're, educated enough. There's so much information around you. If you know the root cause, you can do the needful yourself. So I suffered from third stage of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it took me 6 months to become cancer-free. And it could happen just because I knew, I was aware what cancer is. I knew what the problem is. So if you have certain condition, you try to locate the root cause, what is causing it, and if you start understanding the problem, solution is not far away.
You got a very good approach to this occurring idea of getting into serious illnesses. Wonderful, wonderful. Sam,
Michael,
do you have any? Yeah.
I consider curing cancer much easier than curing cold and cough.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's only that you need to know what is cancer.
Okay. Sam, you have any questions you would like to put
Yes.
to?
Thank you, thank you, Vivek, for your enlightening share today. We have been receiving many praises for you for this session today. It's given so much clarity to the audience here, and of course, there are many things which is left unsaid because you've been very careful to make sure that today's session is in compliance with Enagic. Otherwise, you would have said a lot more in a closed situation.
Sam, I have so much to say. If I keep on saying that, I can say it. I can talk for days.
Yeah. Perhaps we will have you back again. I'm sure. Would anyone here like to have like us to invite Vivek to come onto this meeting again? Just type in yes. If you like to have Vivek for us to. Oh, look at that!
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's flooding in.
You're requested to be back by popular demand.
I'm honored. I'm honored. I always like to contribute to this society, to humanity, as much as I can.
Right. So there are, we have to be very careful in this session. In fact, we want to be so careful that in this session that we want to be sure that this actual recording, this session is in compliance so that we can make it available to the whole world. Okay. So can you, is there anything that you'd like to say in regard to people who has, how about in regard to cancer patients? Are you able to sort of speak in a safe way in regard to cancer patients, or would you prefer not to talk about it in this session?
Okay, let me give something. First of all, cancer is an oxidative disease. To understand how important is negative charge for our body to recover, please go ahead and read Healing is Voltage. And in fact, I would say that if a person has not read this book, he cannot achieve 100% of his health and wellness. It is so important because it talks about the basic design of gaining the health. It talks about that negative charge, which when we start to lose this negative charge, that's what causes oxidation. And cancer is a highly oxidative disease. Mind it, there is no one cause for cancer. Cancer is a lifestyle disease. It occurs because a person who's suffering from cancer was following a certain lifestyle. It may be regarding what he was eating, or what he was wearing, what he was thinking. There are so many things which affect the cancer. So basically, it's an oxidative disease. If you're able to reduce the rate of oxidation in your body, it helps a lot in recovery. And that actually can help any disease, as a matter of fact, not only cancer.
Thank you, Vivek. I think you have said it in such a way where on very safe grounds, and I think the message is pretty clear. Now, if I may ask, other than Kangen water, which gives the antioxidant, which gives the negative voltage, are there any other products in the market today which sorts of give a high voltage to the body?
Yeah, there are few products, but they're not available for everyone. They have a little bit of complicacies which comes along with that. Everyone cannot use it. I am trying to make a device which would be launched very soon in the market. This particular device would be providing around minus 40,000 volts in the body of the patient, but still there are some R&Ds which needs to be done. And yes, there are many ways. The safest way, as I said, is drinking Kangen. Another safest way is to walk barefoot on grass early in the morning, because Earth also gives out these antioxidants, these electrons. So there are many ways. It's not one way, but depends. The choice is yours how you want to provide your body with these electrons.
Thank you, Vivek. That's a question from Dr. Loknath Kumar. He said here, as a practicing allopathic doctor practicing for more than 4 decades, he appreciates your valuable input on Kangen water. But how would you say to a allopathic water about Kangen water?
It's really difficult, because the concept on which I spoke, or the concept on which the Kangen water works, it's something which is not taught to the public or in the education institutions. It may be the school, it may be medical college. Nowhere it is told what kind of water, what importance the water holds in our life. And if a person does not know anything about it, and the person believes that only medicine can cure, it becomes very difficult. But the water speaks for itself. What I do is I say very less, and I share the water much more. So the water does the talking for me. And then when the person sees the effects of the water, then I start to give the scientific information. Then it is received in a proper way. Otherwise, it's like a confrontation, people think that, how can you teach me? I have a degree which is much valued. So that way, Sam.
Thank you, Vivek. I know myself, I've taken, I've followed you at one time, and I was given these antibiotics, and it was like different doses because it didn't work on me until when they hit on one antibiotic which I took, which worked. But what I had suffered was I was losing my hair. My hair was dropping off like crazy, and I saw to myself that day that I'm never ever going to touch medication ever again. So
no, you see, you need medication. Sometimes, yes, of course you need. But the first doctor of the world, he said, let thy medicine be thy food be thy medicine. The God did not send the medicine. The God sent food for us, and that should be the actual medicine for us.
Thank you, Vivek. In fact, I had lunch with my medical doctor who's allopathic trained. I did ask him about stem cell, this and that for health. What he said to me was, Sam, let thy food be thy medicine. Exactly as what you've just enunciated. So thank you so much for being here with us. Michael, do we have any other questions that we'd like to ask Vivek?
I think the session is very well done, and Dr. Vivek have put it so simple. And
Michael, last thing I would like to tell.
Go ahead.
Last thing, I started this session with saying our body has infinite possibilities, and I end with I conclude the session with saying something in continuation with that. The body can reverse any condition at any stage if you provide the body what it needs. It doesn't matter what the condition, what the stage of the is, but the body can reverse, body can reconstruct at any time. I have seen broken neurons rebuilding themselves. I've seen so many things, so that's what makes me believe that the body can actually reverse any condition, provided that you are providing what it needs to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. You put it so simple in such a humble and sincere way. Your confidence in this talk, and your confidence in Kangen is going to be a big inspiration, at least for me. I believe it'll be for many too. Thank you very much for being a good example of somebody who is going to change the world as a life and wellness coach. So with this, we will have to end the session because they've already dragged
So that,
extra 15 minutes, but it's
yeah,
worth it.
because I think a lot of people here still want to hear from you, Doctor. I mean, Vivek, I think you prefer to be called, you prefer to be addressed as a health coach rather than a doctor, because when people call you doctor, people's idea in their head is that you are allopathic.
Yeah, they associate me with the allopathy.
There's nothing wrong with the allopathy doctor. Not that we're not implying in any way. Okay, I just have a question to ask you. You did mention to me about there's this. I think you mentioned about quantum energy. Maybe that could be covered in your next session with us.
Oh, sure. That will be another magic.
All right.
To discuss on.
But maybe can you just tell us in a minute or so about that science that called quantum energy that you are.
Okay, there is a particular device which is manufactured in Russia, and it is with that device what we do is we take the DNA of the person and we scan that DNA, and through that scan we come to know where the root cause of the problem is. It's like if there is some mutation in some part of the DNA, so that system would go deep into the particular chromosome, then it'll find the gene, then it'll find the particular part of that DNA and where the mutation has occurred. So what is DNA is just the information for the cell to know what it has to do. So if some mutation has occurred there, the cure cannot be achieved till the time the mutation is reversed. So what we do is we go to that part from the pathway that system gives us, we reverse that mutation, and then we achieve the result of a cure, permanent cure. So and we use a natural phenomena which is called quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is such a magic for people who don't understand quantum mechanics. I would like to briefly explain this quantum entanglement. What happens is, if I take a diamond and I cut it into half, the two pieces are supposed to be entangled. In quantum universe, it's supposed to be quantum because there was piece of same one part. So when they are untangled, I keep one part with me and I send one part to America. So if two particles are entangled with each other, whatever I do to the piece which I have, the same effect would be transferred to the second part in America. And this will happen real time. So what our device does is, when we take the DNA of the patient, we give the treatment and the scanning to the entangled part of the DNA, which real time reaches the patient anywhere in the world. So it's if you don't understand quantum, it's like a black magic, and this is something which would be very interesting to talk about for many people.
Thank you, Vivek. I just want to get some idea from the audience here. Do you think that this session here is safe for dissemination on Facebook?
Yes, Sam.
By the way, Sam, the device which I use is FDA approved. That's the only device which is approved by the FDA, and it costs about 35,000 euros. And I think it's the only device in the whole of the Asia which I have.
Okay,
great. Congratulations.
So it looks like there's a lot of yeses to my question earlier about whether this session is in compliance with Enagic, and everybody wants this to be made available. So we'll have to go back and reassess it, Michael, you and I.
Yeah. In addition to what Dr. Vivek have mentioned about cancer, there's one gentleman that I want to introduce to you for those of you who are new to this business. please go and check up on Professor Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He is a professor of surgery in Albert Einstein Hospital, and he's written quite a number of books, and he has also given a lot of proof of Kangen water and his protocol. Okay, please go and check it out for yourself if you want to gain further confidence in our Kangen machine.
All right. Okay.
Michael,
Yes.
how I forgot. I need to thank Mr. Oshiro for whatever he has done and provided us, because the it is I don't know it. If a person gets even a pair of shoes, good pair of shoes, we think that it might create a lot of business, a lot of good opportunities in the producing more money, and this person comes from a very different school of mind altogether, invented this machine in 1974 and did not even sell even one single unit till next 20 years, till 1994. It is supposed to tell the story behind this I would say evolution, this because it shows that this was not created just to earn money. This device has the potential of changing everything in the field of health and wellness. Please, I would again say that if you have not bought the Kangen machine, research about it. Do not ignore. Thank you.
Coming from you as a professional, Dr. Vivek, giving thanks and honoring our Dr. Oshiro. By the way, for those who are new, Mr. Oshiro is the owner of our company, Enagic. And when he hears one day about your gratefulness of his invention, I think he's going to make him a very, very happy man.